Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another crypto video. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Today we are going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph. Also, we're going to discuss a little bit about AOBT and just another topic as well. Now, in terms of Hbar, we've been talking about residual income on other assets. For an example, XRP with Flare Networks and a few other assets here and there, but nothing too crazy. Now, when we talk about Hedera Hashgraph and residual income, we are also talking about running nodes. Now, this is from a Reddit user. Now, we don't, of course, know the name of him or anything like that, but this is saying the following is from a post on Biz. Running some numbers, tell me what you think. The following assumptions will be made. A sharded node processes 10K transactions per second every second of the day, 86,400 seconds in a day. Each transaction per second is just a basic transaction and thus generates 0.0001 cents. Now, when we come over to the fees table, this is regarding the mainnet fees. Now, a lot of these fees are generating different numbers, but he's talking about just the basic crypto transfer fee of 0.0001 cents per transaction. Now, when we look here, we do see 1 million Hbars are required at minimum to operate a node. Now, of course, if you don't have 1 million, that's totally fine. You could pretty much, do 10% or whatever the case may be. This sharded node processes 864 million transactions per day. And when we talk about this, this is talking about at scale, because currently right now there are only about 1.2 billion transactions per year. We do see 10K transactions per second multiplied by 86,400 seconds a day. Therefore, after Swirled/Hedera takes their 10% cut, each node generates profits of $77,760 a day. That's right, a day. If you owned 100,000 of the 1,000,000/1/10 Hbar staked this node, you would earn $7,760 per day. Using a rather old school formula that an asset is worth the profits it can generate over an 18-month period, 547 days multiplied by 7,760 profit per day equals $4.2 million. Thus, the fair market value of your 100K Hbars would be $4.24 million for the whole, or $42.44 each. Now, when we talk about this, this is currently not at scale right now. But in the future, I've talked about the fact that I think that Hedera Hashgraph could hit 1 trillion transactions per day, possibly even per week. Doesn't matter if it's per day or per week. Because even in the sense that they were doing it per week, and say for so they were doing 1 trillion, right? That would be about, if we had to do the math quick, 1 second, that would be about 142,857, 142,857,142,857 transactions per day. So I do think that 1 billion transactions a day is nothing too crazy for one node, considering the fact that there would be 143 billion transactions per day made if we could get to 1 trillion transactions a week. And if you guys don't think that we could do 1 trillion transactions a week, you have to reaccount for the fact that shorting pretty much will unlock the idea of unlimited transactions per second. Not to mention, once these governing council members start transacting over the mainnet, those numbers are going to ramp up, especially when we talk about the Hedera, token service, HCS as well. There's a lot of things to go into accountability here. I think that we could hit 1 trillion transactions definitely in the future. Not going to happen overnight, not going to happen this year most likely, but who knows? It could happen in 2022, considering the fact that shorting and staking is going to be happening this year, which I think is very interesting. Now, when we talk about this, I do not know. I believe that you'll be able to stake your Hbar just on any node, but even if you were, say for so, holding, 50,000 Hbar and you were staking 50,000 Hbar, you would earn half of what $7,760 is, which I believe it's like, I don't even know, 3,000, almost 4,000 dollars a day. And that is, yes, a day, which is incredible because that's more than most people make a year and I'm not saying $4,000 a year. Sorry if I worded that wrong, but like if we do the math, 4,000 times 4, 4, 8, 12, 16. It's over $160,000 per year, which is more than most people make a year working at any kind of job. So that is a massive amount that you could earn in residual income, especially if you are just running a node on Hedera. So I thought that was very interesting to talk about. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below, because that has me very bullish, especially if you hold over 100,000 plus Hbar. So I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about what Barbarian said on Twitter. Definitely follow him if you guys don't already. Now he is quoting the Hedera forum. This is actually talking about Rob Noddle, who is the I think he is, so he's an entrepreneur in residence, FPOS Ost or Australia. Now this is regarding why all enterprises will use Hedera. Now we're seeing every enterprise will use Hedera. I have no doubt about it. That's what Rob said. Now when we look at this, it's saying FPOS progressed to join the Hedera Hashgraph Governing Council and have plans to use Hbar in an Aussie stablecoin system. Now, I think when we look at this, I honestly think the fact that Hedera will be utilized by all enterprise, pretty much businesses, because they won't be even knowing that they're utilizing it. Especially when we look at the fact that it has so many governing council partnerships and just partnerships in general with a lot of these financial, districts and sectors. A lot of them will be transacting over the Hedera main network, but they won't even realize that they are. Now, I didn't really watch this clip here. I've been actually kind of saving this for this video. So if we actually open this and we watch it, we can kind of see what he said. Of course, shout out to Hbar Clips, or for an example, the Hedera Hashgraph Hbar Forum. Now, let's look into this. Let me turn this down a little bit.
All enterprises use the internet now, right? I mean, a few years ago, they were on intranets, and then you had banks saying, we will never go onto a public network. And then over time, they have. And if you, as we do, I think, see Hedera as a new protocol layer on the internet, a new trust layer for the internet, then it makes perfect sense that over time, enterprises will be using it, and they won't know. They'll either be using it because it's a really great way to connect their ERP systems via their current message queue infrastructure, but via a trust layer.
Sure.
They'll be using it because it's the easiest and quickest way of doing reconciliation between businesses, or transferring ownership in the way that we've been talking about. Outside of the IT departments, no businesses really understand the layer of protocols that they're using day in, day out. We're talking about, but no one ever mentions voice over IP anymore. But the layers that voice over IP set 15 years ago, more, are all part of what we're doing today on Zoom. So
sure.
Every enterprise will use Hedera. I have no doubt about it, and they won't know about it. So you've got the quote exactly right.
So there you guys have it, right? And it's basically exactly what I said, right? All these enterprise companies, businesses, enterprises in general will all be utilizing Hbar or Hedera, but without knowing it, because it's going to be the trust layer of the internet, if you will. And we've discussed this multiple times, and I think that this is extremely bullish for Hedera Hashgraph. I mean, listen, I don't have to sell you guys on Hbar. I don't care if you guys buy it or not, if you guys are invested in it or not. I'm telling you guys what I'm seeing. I'm telling you guys pretty much the info that's out there as well. Always do your own research before investing in something, as always. But when we look at this and we look at enterprises in general, there's no doubt about it that they wouldn't choose to utilize Hedera. Even if they don't know that they're utilizing it, that's totally fine. Right? Because even he said, voice over IP. Voice over IP has been utilized in pretty much every sector that is, for an example, Discord, Skype, Zoom. It's something that nobody even knows about, but it is utilized on a global scale every single day. That is why I honestly think that Hedera, being the trust layer of the internet, if you will, is going to be utilized in pretty much every sector, every market, every industry, and nobody's going to really know about it unless you are in crypto and you have been doing your research. Like I said, Hedera Hashgraph is way bigger than what anybody is actually assuming it is, and it is criminally undervalued for what it actually, does. The use cases and utility behind Hedera that drives the main focus point of the network is just astronomically incredible. Especially when we look at the statistics, when we look at the partnerships that they have, when we look at what they're doing. The roadmap aligns with everything that they are trying to accomplish. And I think that at some point in time, everybody will know about it. Just nobody really would know how it's going to be utilized, because even he says a lot of people are confused on these layers, if you will, that these markets, these sectors, these servers, everything is kind of built on. And nobody will really know about it, but people will know what Hedera is. People will know what Hbar is. They just don't know how it's going to be utilized properly, but we do, because we've done the research. We've looked into things. We've done our homework while everybody's saying, the dog ate my homework. So at the end of the day, I think that Hedera is way bigger than what people assume it to be. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.